Good afternoon, everyone. You are now tuned in to Situations the podcast, and I'm your host, Kelvin.
And I'm your co-host, Miss Deanna.
Tiana, how you doing today?
I'm pretty good in yourself.
I'm doing pretty good, no complaints.
It's good.
Um, Today is another week,
Yes.
and we got some. I think I got some very intriguing, interesting topics. I think we should touch bases on,
Okay.
and let's see what kind of reactions we get this week. So, starting out, you took a look at the channel there, right?
Yes.
What was your take?
I just say 50-50 as far as, people's comments and opinions. But I mean, I don't uh it doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody has an opinion.
Right.
And you will want to hear what people feedback is anyway, whether it's good or bad.
Right, that's true. Everybody, like you said, everybody's opinion is just that their opinion. So I don't
Right.
let it, I don't let it bother me one way or another.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. You know what they say about opinions? They just like assholes. Everybody got them.
Everybody got one. Right.
All right, starting out, we do know it's prom season,
Yes.
and these kids can be. Well, first, let me say this: I'm past that right now. I've
Okay.
dealt with that. So I
Hmm.
know what you're going through when you're dealing with all these proms and graduations and these
Yes.
extravagant outfits and extravagant cars and so what kind of situations are you dealing with right now when it comes down to the prom?
Woo, child. We just left. It was. I pretty much just made it in the door before we started leaving the
Right.
venue to secure everything, and just going over the menu, and you know, it's just been a time. It's been a
I,
time.
I can imagine. Like I said, I've been through it with my son when he was going through his prom and
Mhm.
these kids nowadays it wasn't nothing like prom today is nothing like prom when I was in high school. When I was in high school,
Right.
it was all so simple, a simple tuxedo and a rent a car,
Right.
and that was all I needed.
Hmm.
Now
Right.
these kids got to have a goat. They want to have the Rolls
A
Royce.
helicopter. A
Right,
helicopter.
right. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
Everything.
where's all this coming from? But they do the most for these proms, though. I promise you, they do the most.
They
But
do.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, I feel like social media also plays a big role in it too. This whole lifestyle that of the rich and famous, and stuff like that, and the expectations to me are just too high. I love
Right.
fashion and all that stuff too, but it's like, okay, after the prom, if you're going to college, you need money. You still
Absolutely,
need more things.
absolutely.
So I won't be one of those parents. I'm working two jobs, but I definitely won't be one of those parents going in debt for
Yeah,
one
I mean,
day.
because it will happen. It definitely will happen. This, like you said, and this all is a 24-hour ordeal. You
Exactly.
know, it
It
absolutely
it's
mind
not
blowing.
even it's not even 24 hours because okay, like we're doing a prom send off from 3:30. We're gonna start at 2:30 to 5:30. After
Right.
that, she going to the prom. So it's not even 24 hours.
Absolutely.
It's not even 24 hours. She gonna put the dress on at 5 o'clock, and 11 o'clock the prom is over with.
Yeah, it's wild. These kids, like I say, but it sure looks nice. But today's proms, you almost have to save up for 2 years for these kids' proms now.
Exactly,
You
but then is it so extravagant? Because this may be the last stop, or you know what I'm saying? Like this is the only occasion that they're celebrating in their life.
hmm, I
The
didn't
you
look at
know
it
the
that way.
biggest one. I mean,
Well,
you would think, okay, if you want to get married, or a lot of people
right.
do celebrate their 50th. That's a big milestone. Just different things like that. But it's like the prom is like it's the biggest thing.
Right. Yeah, but so let me ask you, is she going to
Mhm.
college?
Yeah, she was thinking about going to Jackson State. That's what she was saying her choice may be, but we haven't
Okay.
finalized it just yet.
Okay. So if she tends to stay 4 years in college, then
Hmm.
what's bigger than that? When it's time when
Exactly.
it's time for you to put that cap and gown on and walk across that stage. There's nothing more
Exactly.
big. There's nothing bigger than that. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Yeah, so she got to keep that in mind too.
Right.
Tell Akira I said don't go broke trying to do it all for less than 24 hours.
Look, when she get ready to go to school, I said you better be down there putting on wigs, coloring them, styling them, and I'm definitely gonna give her some makeup tips before she go to take with her.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
She
if she's in the dorm, they're gonna want to go out. They're gonna want their hair done or something like that or whatever. So she still can make money, you know.
right. She better utilize that space.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. I got a few things I want to discuss, or a few things we can touch bases on.
Okay.
Um, um, Personal growth and
Okay.
journey. Now, let's talk. I
Mhm.
want to touch base on personal growth for a little bit.
Okay.
What's your take on? Okay, what are some of your practical tips for personal growth?
Uh,
What's your take
don't
on?
compare
What's your take
yourself.
on it?
I would say don't compare yourself to other people,
Okay.
because and that one just hit dear to me because a lot of people look at me and like, oh, you should be here, you should have this done, you should have that done. I lost half of my family in the last 5 years. Over the
Okay.
last 2 years, I lost my mom and brother. Um, I put two kids through private school.
Okay.
Uh, I just went back to a 9 to 5. Hadn't had a 9 to 5 in 10 years. So don't tell me I'm not being productive or that I haven't grown because you don't see the steps that I'm taking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So my goal and my mindset was always, when this last child of mine graduates, I get to get my life back.
Okay.
So even after she leave, I'm still going to be having working the two jobs, having two different streams of income. Then I'll be looking for a makeup studio. Um, I have 4 music videos lined up, ready for me to do them when I'm ready.
Right.
You know, so I have all these different things that's going to be ready to go. Tapping into business funding. I have two LLCs, so it's like, to you it may look like I'm not doing anything. I got to finish writing my book so I can get that out. So, but once everything started rolling out, it's like, dang, she. But I just been taking my steps in stride, and staying focused on my journey, the timing of my life that I'm doing it, and I'm okay with that.
Right. Because personal growth involves setting goals, which
Right.
what you're doing. You're definitely setting
Yeah.
goals, and you have to, my take on it. You have to embrace challenges. You have to
Right.
be resilient. You have to learn to involve to be self awareness and fulfillment. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going
Absolutely.
to allow you to growth. That's what's going to allow
Right.
your personal growth. Once you take
Right.
these necessary steps, you know, then you're gonna see you start to see your flowers, pretty much.
Right. Right.
You know,
But it's like, that's what I said. But the biggest, killer of that is comparison. You can't compare somebody else's season of harvest in your season of rest, or in your season of, you know, uh, manifesting, or
right,
watering. The harvest
right,
haven't came yet for you, or your
absolutely,
journey may have been a little bit different. And
right,
because you haven't spoken to them, they could have had 10 years of turmoil. But you're just seeing the good part. You're just seeing the harvest.
right. Because like I said,
So
you never know, when that time gonna come. It,
right,
it it can happen at any given moment. You just never know. That's
right,
why I say you got to set those goals. Once you set your goals and embrace those challenges, you know,
right.
that's what's gonna consider your personal growth. Once you're able to
Yeah,
do that, you'll be able to separate yourself from uh negativity as well.
right. And I'll just say, people be looking at the big picture all the time. Those little goals every day. So I'm like, I'm out there driving Uber too. So I was like, okay, besides me working and doing other stuff, okay, if I drive and make $200 a day, that's $6,000 in 30 days. But if I do three,
Right,
that's $9,000. that's enough to get my makeup studio. You see what I'm saying? But that's a small goal that I'm working on daily. But I'm gonna seek some quick results from.
Right, absolutely. And it's funny you say that because this is a great segue into the next topic that I wanted to
Hmm.
bring up. And the next topic I wanted to bring up was celebrating. How should we celebrate small victories? Is small victories worth celebrating? What's your take on
I believe they
celebrating small
are.
victories? Right,
I believe they are. You just continue to be proud of yourself. Um, Definitely take some time to just go out. Have you a nice dinner or get you a glass of wine, or the support system that has been around you. Cook something, or all y'all go out together or go bowling. Just do something where it's positive energy, and the gratitude and everything is still there.
right, right.
Because
I
you
totally
could
agree.
become a workaholic, but then don't get to enjoy anything. You know what I'm saying? And then
Right,
doing too much, you may become ill because you're just overworking, overwork, work, work, work. Everybody chasing the bag. No, you have to create a balance.
right. And like I say, with small victory, I love celebrating small victories. I really do because
Yeah,
small victories, that's a boost, a confidence booster.
it
And
is.
you need that. You need that morale. You need that motivation. You need that
Absolutely.
reinforcement that's letting you know that you're really making progress toward your big goal. You know,
Yes,
so there's nothing wrong with celebrating those small victories. Nothing at all. You have
it's
to
not.
do that. You have to do that.
And
And stop. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and that's how you don't become overwhelmed.
Right.
Because if you look at, oh, I want to be a millionaire, but then you start thinking, oh, that can never happen to me. No, how much do you have to make day by day? Uh, total that to a week, to a month, and you're on your way to becoming a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? But it starts with the day by day.
But most people don't look at it like that. When you tell a people $1 million, you know, they probably look at that like it's unobtainable because it's such a big
Exactly.
number, which is
Right. But
really
when
not.
you break it down to the
Yeah,
small
right,
goal
right.
daily,
And you got to,
you're like,
you got to
damn,
achieve
that's
them.
all I had to do was sell 10 things for
Right, right. hmm That's all it takes. You have to break
Yeah.
them goals down and
Right.
achieve them daily. Put forth effort.
Right.
And like I say, the motivations, resilience,
Right.
confidence, those are the things that help you get to those your larger
Absolutely.
goals. And it also and it's that way you can actually say, okay, I'm going to celebrate these small victories because the small
Right.
victories, like I say, leads to big things. So for those of you that are not celebrating your small victories, please do so because
Right.
you'll see a big difference if you do so.
Yes.
Right. So with that being said, just keep putting your best foot forward. Keep making accomplishment and keep striving. Keep setting goals daily. Write your
Right.
goals down.
Yeah.
Write your goals down and make sure you check one off every day, if not two
Right.
off every day. You
Right.
do that, you'll see yourself making progress.
and
And I,
and self talk, positive talk. They like, when people talk to themselves, they crazy. No, they're not, because that voice that you hear inside, or when something come up and you immediately start going against yourself, don't do that.
right,
So when you are obtaining, like, oh, I did that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, today was a great day. Let me do more of that. Okay, this is all I had to do for that. Like, you have to give yourself so pep talk, because not all the time you're gonna have people around you to rally and give you that pep talk. You know what I'm saying? To keep going, or that encouragement. You have to encourage your own self.
yeah, that's true. But you do need a support system.
Of
You
course,
do need a support system. If you have a great support system, it means a lot. It will mean a lot to you if you have a support system. But
it do.
I'm gonna tell you one thing though. Pay attention to those who don't pay attention to those that don't clap for your small victories. Pay
Yes.
attention to those people because those are the people that don't really want to see you win.
Right.
So I just want to put that out there as well. Pay attention to those that don't celebrate those small victories, because
Right.
as soon as you pop, or as soon as
Right.
something major happen, guess what they gonna say? Girl, I've been knowing her for so long.
Yeah.
Oh, we was friends back. You know what I mean?
Yep.
No,
I've been there.
yeah,
And
like where was you at when I
I
needed you?
yeah, I was glad you said it because like now me, it's kind of like I'm entering a selfish season of my life. People be having
Hmm.
stuff going on and they want me to come, or everybody's always inviting me out, and I'm like, I'm working. What time you get off? I'm working. Like I'm working double time because I'm excited about achieving what I want for my life quickly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I've done a lot of free work. I've been supportive. I've shown up to things. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that I've never attended anything that you had. But now I need my time to pour into myself so that I can have something to celebrate and to be like, okay, I'm doing this, or this is my grand opening for this or whatever. If I keep showing up to yourself, I'll never get to my own finish line.
That's true. That's true. But here's another thing too, though. Those same people that's trying to get you to be the face of their what they got going on, or trying to have you in their presence in their winning seasons,
Right.
wait till it's time for you to get in your winning season. Let's see if those
But
same
that's what
people
I'm
be there for you.
exactly. But these people, they can't say that I haven't been there. And I've been there for more than one occasion, more than two,
Right,
more than three,
right.
more than four.
I,
You
I
see what I'm
get
saying?
that.
So now that I'm
Right.
saying no, it's like I'm doing something wrong. No, I'm doing something for me.
Or you acting funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm
that's how
not.
they do. That's how they do.
I clap for everybody else. I'm lifting my own self up to clap for me now. So this
Yeah.
is my time. I I don't really have a social life right now because so this is my sacrifice right now. I'm sacrificing my social life to work double time or triple time. If somebody called me to sing at a funeral, I'm doing that. I'm driving Uber. I'm working at the airport. Somebody need their makeup done. I'm doing that. Like I'm doing whatever it takes.
Right.
But it's
And
all
that,
honorable work.
and you got to do what you got to do. One source of
Right.
income. And nowadays, one source of income won't get it done.
It won't.
It it won't get it
It
done.
won't.
I guarantee you.
It won't.
Overcoming adversity. What's your take on overcoming adversity? And well,
Woo.
let me word it this way. How
Okay.
do individuals overcome adversities and turn challenges into opportunities?
Um, I would say it sometimes it could be a really dark place, but even in that, I think you have to be a little selfish and still have your focus lens on this is what I said to do. Just
Right,
still holding yourself accountable in adversity.
right.
Or if you're dealing with something that's got you feeling so low or so down or such in a dark place or whatever, it's like something's got to hit you if you actually care about yourself to any degree to be like, I don't want to be stuck here.
Positive mindset.
And that's gonna get you up out of there. Like, no, this is this gonna
Yep.
be my life for the next 6 months or 2 years or 5 years? No, I don't want to be stuck here.
Yeah, you got to have a positive mindset. You have to have
Right,
like I said before, you got to have a support system.
right,
Um, you learn from setbacks also.
right.
You know, when you,
Absolutely.
once you learn from your setbacks, your bounce back be even stronger. You know what I mean?
You're right.
So,
And
yeah,
that's what people need to think about, like I could say with the music industry. I went through a lot of crazy stuff.
right.
But see, when I put out music this time, like now my mindset is ownership. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it was like,
Absolutely.
yeah, I went through all of that stuff. I was hurt. I vented about it. I talked about it. I dealt with it. And now, my guards are up to look for red flags in certain things. but I'm also going to enjoy the creative process because it's something that I love to do.
Right.
And, went to the studio, sung on some hooks or whatever before, um, required a deposit, but should have required the rest of the payment when I showed up, not wait until afterwards because they got the work now and I didn't get the rest of my money. Won't do
Right.
that ever again in life.
Right.
So it just taught me to be a better businesswoman. Um, you can be kind, but be fair to your own self. You know what I'm saying? It's
That's true.
like, don't worry about hurting somebody's feelings because they called you for a job. This job requires a payment.
Yeah. That's why you.
So
That's
don't,
why. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I'm saying, so don't feel bad or saying like, oh, I got to ask them. I'm going to ask you or I'm not opening my mouth.
Right. Well, that's why when it comes down to those deposits, that's why it's important to get that deposit up front. Once you get
Right,
that deposit up front, that deposit is non-refundable. Okay.
right,
When you walk through that door, that studio or that video shoot, your hands are supposed to be out for the back end.
right.
Okay. If you don't receive that money when you walk through the door, there's no way you should sing, appear, get dressed, or any of that without receiving your money
Exactly.
on the back end.
Exactly.
Because like I say, it's all a learning process. Now you
Right.
know. You may
So that's
say,
what I'm
well,
saying. So sometimes people think that oh, I got to start over again. You're not starting from the beginning. You're starting from experience.
right,
You know what I'm saying? So you already on a different level because now you know what to do.
yeah. You learn from your mistakes. Once you
Yeah.
once you make that first mistake, you got to learn from it. If you don't learn nothing from it, people will take advantage of you, especially in that industry.
Absolutely.
People will definitely take advantage of your misfortunes. Well, not really your misfortunes, but you not knowing the process.
Right.
A person would definitely they'll take advantage of that. You know.
Yes.
This fits you perfect right here.
Okay.
Balancing work and life. What are some of the
Woo.
strategies for achieving a healthy work life? How do you balance a healthy work life?
uh well, I'll say for the jobs, I picked the schedule like I'm an early riser.
Okay.
So me working at the airport, I start at 5 a.m.
Okay.
I've been waking up from 3 to 5 my whole life with no alarm clock.
Okay.
So that's a productive time for me. So that's when I work. I work early in the day. I go to the grocery store early in the day. I do laundry early in the day. Like I get all of my work done in my productive period, which is early in the morning. And then after that, I'm done. Like my day is over with at 5 o'clock.
Right. So at 5 o'clock, you pretty much
Hmm.
prioritize your whole um, self care. You done took
Right.
care of everything you need to take care of by five a.m. When most people are
Right.
still
So
slobbing on their pillow at 5 a.m.
right, and I'm done by 5 p.m. So it's from 5 to 5.
Right.
Eh,
Yeah.
and
I'm
after
I'm
that,
like
I don't feel bad about then if I want to model or put some clothes on, uh practice different makeup techniques, write some music, drink some wine, hang out with friends or whatever I'm doing. It's like I don't feel bad because I've taken care of my business.
right. Well, yeah. Like I say, I kind of feel you on that because I'm an early riser myself.
Hmm.
I can if my day starts at 4 or 5, I'm up at 2 if my day is gonna start at 4. If my day started at 5, I'm up at 3.
Right.
I like being productive that early in the morning because I'm able to get a lot done.
Absolutely.
I'm able to get a lot more done at that time because um, to me, I don't see how people can just lay in bed and sleep all day. You don't make no money that way. You can't make
You
money that
don't.
way.
You don't.
Unless you just got residual incomes just flowing in where you don't have to do anything.
Right.
But for those of us that live in the real world, we have to get up and get to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
We have to get up and get to it. And like I say, so I pretty much feel what you're saying when you say you're early rising by 5, you're done. You know, so cause like today, for example, my day started at 3 a.m. this morning.
Mhm.
Had to be
Right.
at work at 5. Got off at 1:30. Here it is 5:30, and I'm still working.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I know exactly where you're coming from. Um, so we didn't talked about pretty much adversity,
Right.
growth,
Mhm.
balancing your work life. Let's talk about
Okay.
embracing failures.
Okay.
Okay, why is it important to embrace failure as a stepping stone to success?
That was something I had to learn, and it was hard for me because I did. At one point, I was beating myself up over not being further along
Okay,
in my music career or just creativity and things that I wanted to do. And I was stagnant for a minute. But,
okay,
my kids went to private school. Things were great in other areas of my life. But I'm saying for me, but it was like I had to just learn that that was a sacrifice. And I end up embracing it because I'm like, I did what I was supposed to do. Um, Look at how many music artists or other people out here where they gave their kids to their parents and they went on and lived their life and went to the music industry or whatever they did, but I didn't do that. I'm like, these are my children, let me go into the workforce, and I asked them, they didn't want me to go. So I just try to embrace where I'm at that particular moment and not dwell on where I feel like I should be, because I think at every present moment of our lives where we should be.
right. But you
So
do
that I
know.
just kind of,
Go ahead,
mm-hmm.
go ahead. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm saying I just kind of gave it a different outlook, I guess.
But you do know that embracing failure fosters resilience. You know,
Yes.
it's like sometimes you have to take that L
Right.
to understand the process. And once you understand the process, you're gonna look back. You're gonna think back on that L you just took and say, okay, what should I have done different? What could I have done different to
Right.
to instead of taking the L, to get the W. You know what I
And
mean?
we just did that. So okay, over the pandemic, I sung at 30 funerals and made $300 at each one, and got
Okay.
the money up front.
Right.
The L
Right.
I took back then was the lesson. The lesson I learned was get
Yeah.
the deposit and the money when you show up, not after the
Yeah.
fact. So
Yeah.
I
You
learned
got to
that.
do that. You got to do that.
Exactly.
That's what's important because, and see, what's important in your field by you
Hmm.
being a musician is like when you're being booked for venues and that sort of thing. And I see this happen a lot with venues. When you're being
Hmm.
booked to perform at venues, uh, promoters have the tendency to want to pay you after they
Right.
receive what they're going to receive at the bar, or
Right.
they want to see what the door do as far as how much money they're going to generate at the door. I have nothing to
Right.
do with the door. I have
Exactly.
nothing to do with the bar. I don't give a damn if the bar don't
Exactly.
make any money. You
Right.
know, you
You
booked
hired
me to
me.
come. Right, you booked me to come perform at this venue, and this was my
Right.
rate. So
Exactly.
either I get my money up front,
Right.
or I don't go on.
It's a no deal. Right. It's a no deal.
It have to be that way because
Right.
I've seen it one too many times that these promoters want to see. Okay, well, when let us clear the door first. Damn the door. I don't got nothing to do with the door.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I don't care if the door don't make any money. You know,
Right.
if it's if you book me and there's two people in the audience, I'm gonna perform for those two people.
Because guess what? If I say, well, I'm not stepping in the building until I see what y'all door gonna do. You're gonna keep blowing me up. Are you sure you're gonna come? You see what I'm saying? How now
Right.
it's in build frustration and anxiety for you. No, just be a fair person. But and that's what I'm saying. In business, you can't be kind. You have to be fair.
Yeah, you have to
Because
because
being nice will get you stepped over and unpaid and poor business.
every time it happens every time.
Right.
It never fails. I've seen it happen so many times to these artists. You know
Right.
they they oh well he cool or she cool. You know, and they base that off what they think what they think they like as a friend. It ain't
Yep.
about friendship right now. It's about business.
Right.
You know, you take care of the business at hand. Everything else is later. We deal with that everything else
Yep.
later on.
Yep.
So yeah, I like I said, I know what that is. I've seen that happen a lot of times. A lot of times.
That happened with me with doing hair. When I was younger, I used to do a lot of hair, and but then some here go to friends and family or whoever. They want to come late. They want cuts. It's just too much. It's like you're wasting my time. I could have made money doing something else.
Right.
I don't want to
Yeah.
fall out with you over this matter. So either you treat me like a stranger by being professional, paying and coming on time, or we just gonna leave that part out of our relationship. You have to find someone else to do your hair.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody. I mean, even in my business, in my line of
Right.
business as a photographer, I trust me.
Mhm.
Starting out, I had to learn the hard way. You know,
Mhm.
to say, and this is the reason why I can speak on it so well because I've been through it. You know, I've dealt with
Right.
not being paid. You know, oh she cool, I ain't worried about it. She gonna pay me, or he cool. You know, they'll pay me when we done. And when
Right.
we done, well, I'm going to Zelle you or I cash app you, and you never get it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So that's why I do business the way I do business now. You know,
Mhm.
that would never, you only got one chance to get me. That's
Exactly.
it. That's it. One chance. And if you ain't got me by now, you ain't gonna never get me. You should have got me. You should have got me when I was a rookie. You know,
Exactly.
if you got me when I was a rookie, then hey, I learned from that. You know, but
And
try
that
to get
go
yeah, can't
no,
get me now.
I was just gonna
Go ahead.
say, and that goes back to having a good support system because I can call you like, hey, this person wanted me to do X, Y, Z. What you think about this? Or they said this, and I feel this type of way. Do you feel like I'm right or wrong? What's your take on it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be like, nah, Theana, don't
I
get,
swear.
make sure you,
Yeah,
so
you got to get it. Or,
yeah,
another thing too, I recommend in your line of work, put that contract together.
yeah,
Put that contract together. Then that way they got to abide by that. The deals of that contract. You
right,
know, now you have something in writing because if you end up having to take them to small claims court or whatever
right,
the situation may be, you can validate. It ain't he
right,
say she say no more.
right,
You know what I mean? You got something
mm-hmm.
concrete that you can present and say, listen, hey, judge, this exhibit a sign. We
Right,
have a signed contract. We had an agreement, and he broke the
right.
terms of the agreement. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
But it was
yeah,
like, yeah, I said I was gonna do that, but even still, I still make sure I had some type of email or text thread
yes, yes,
with them agreeing and
that
saying no
works too.
refundable deposit and all that or
Hmm.
whatever. So print it right on out.
Yep, absolutely. You have to have it. I mean, it's sad, but it's all about taking care of business.
Exactly.
And,
And protecting yourself.
yeah, and then another thing too, like when people tend to reach out to you and they see that you on top of your business,
Right.
if they got some bullshit in the back of their mind and they see you on top of it and you talking
Right.
contracts and you talking deposit and the remaining
Right.
balance when I get there, they like, well shit, nah, she on top of her shit, we can't get her. That's if they
Right.
got that if they got bullshit on their mind. You know what I mean?
Right.
That just shows them that you on top of your game now.
Absolutely.
So yeah, got to be careful out here in this world.
You
Got to make
do.
sure. Got to make sure you dot all your I's and cross all your T's.
Okay.
it's, it's sad, but it's reality. It's
Right.
reality. Neutering relationships. What are some key neutering healthy fulfillment relationships in life? Let me repeat that.
Uh
Let me repeat it.
okay.
What are some key What are some keys to neutering healthy and fulfillment relationships in life?
Uh, I would say respect, reciprocation,
Yeah, I'm with
because
you.
it's nothing like feeling like something is one sided.
Okay, communication is key.
Right.
Trust,
Absolutely.
uh, empathy,
Right.
a mutual respect.
Right.
Um, I mean, I can go on and on with that one.
Right.
Um, let me see what else. First, another thing too is like building a meaningful relationship. Once you build that meaningful relationship, it kind of enriches each other's life. You kind of
It does.
enrich each other. She do something for you and you do something for her, and that's
Right.
important. And I think that's very important in new relationships.
But that's why I was saying reciprocation, because
Right.
it's like, even some, how some people be, oh, well, what do you get the person who have everything? Time. You can cook them a meal. You can, it's just a lot of different things you can do besides materialistic things for quote unquote you something. What do you get the person that have everything? But even still, it could be something endearing from you.
Right. But when people say that, my take, it's like when people say, "Where do you get the person that has everything?" To me, that makes no sense to me.
And to me, they
Because
don't even value. They're wrapped up in the things that you have.
facts. But to answer a question like that, it can be the
Hmm.
simplest gesture.
Right.
It can be something that's so simple as just uh, a back rub, or
Yep.
like you say, a home cooked meal, or it
Yep.
don't have to always have to. It don't always have to involve finance, spending
That's what I
money.
was saying. Right.
It don't always have to be that way. It can be something very simple.
And guess
Something.
what?
Go ahead.
Look, if you got everybody calling your phone asking you for something, and I text you, I'm like, "Good morning, Kevin." I was just calling to check on you. How are you today? You see what I'm saying?
Something simple.
Nobody even asked you that, but they're asking for things. Nobody
Right.
even said, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah. You just never know how that, like you just said, you just never know how that simple gesture you just made can turn somebody's whole
Exactly.
life around. It's, yeah, I agree with you.
If
But
they
like I
doing stuff all day long, what you doing? You free? All right, well, slip some on. I'm finna come pick you up.
right,
Let's go have a cocktail. I'm picking you up. You don't have to pay anything. Just be ready at 7. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? For somebody that always has to think for everybody else. That's always the fixer. That's always the no. You don't have to do anything. I'm gonna take care of everything. Just be ready at 7.
yeah. It can be all so simple. The simplest things
Exactly.
can make a big difference in life.
But that's when you actually care.
Oh, that's what it is. You got to care, huh?
If you don't, it's pretty much a one sided thing, and it's all on what you can get out of it. And then as soon as a person say they can't do it at one time or they're not available, all hell breaks loose like they never did anything for you and they've been supporting you for 20 years.
Right.
I went through it. And this is what I say. I'm like, so how do people get to choose the good part? Like, if you live with me, if I pick your kids up, if I help put you through school, if I did your hair for free every time your birthday came, if I did all this stuff, and then one time you called me and I was like, I can't do it or whatever, or I'm focusing on me right now, there's nothing I can really do. Now I'm acting funny, as like you said, or now but I was there for 20 years.
Right. But see,
So how do
people don't.
you how do you cut all of that part out? Because now you got a new friend, and Susie been around you for a month straight, but all the hardship, like your life is pretty good right now. But it was a mess for the 20 years, and I showed up every day.
But those type of people, the first time you say no, or you can't, or you're
Right,
busy, it's
right,
like they don't think back on that 20-year span that you was always there for them. They don't think about that. That one
Right.
time you said no is
Right.
heartbreaking.
Right.
It's heartbreaking to them. Like, I can't believe this. She's supposed to be my best friend, and
Because
I need her in this time of need, and she told me no.
guess what? They became dependent upon you. I know they're gonna be there, and that's what people do. They start taking you for granted, and they just expect it. And it's like, no. My mom, I used to like every time I would get my tax return, I would give my mom money. Then one
Right.
particular year, I didn't give her. I'm talking about I was giving her $500, $1,000, stuff like that. And then one particular time, I think I gave her $200, and she was like, "Is this all I'm getting? This all you giving me?" She said, She said, "This all you giving me?" I said, "Say it again." She said, "This all you giving me?" I said, "Say it one more time." I said, "Right, giving." I said, "I don't owe you anything. It's a kind gesture.
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
giving you something."
when they depending on it, that's why I say when they depending on it, it's like, they look forward to they looking forward to you never saying no, pretty much.
Right, right.
And the first time you say no, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. And it
And
shouldn't be
see, for
like
me,
that.
that was hard. And now, even with me, I'm like, yeah, I'm in my me seas and I'm being selfish now. This is hard for me because I did. I was always putting everybody else's needs before my own. That was my norm. I was always doing everything for everybody else, and I didn't have no energy left for me.
Okay, so let me ask you this: what
Mhm.
made you change up the way you're doing things now? And is it working for the better now?
Absolutely, because I'm seeing more progress, and it would be one thing if I feel like, oh, I just got up and went to work every day, and that was my life. No, that's I've been dreaming big ever since I was 5 years old, and
Okay.
none of the things that I've dreamed about or manifested or want to complete, it didn't go away. You know how
Okay.
some you might have thought you be like, no, I don't want to do that no more. All of those things are still here,
Right.
and I've overcame 100% of everything I went through. So guess what? I got to do it.
Yeah, you do.
And if I keep emptying my cup, I can't even complain about finances because that ain't even an issue with me. And I would say that, oh, I didn't have the money to do it because you gave it away.
Right.
That's the only reason why I'm not getting stuff done that I need to get done because I was giving it away.
So have you learned anything from that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I have to be a priority and not feel bad about it. Because once I make myself a priority, and now I have 5 successful business ventures going, I can extend, an olive branch or, pour into you or whatever and not deplete myself. I
Right.
can't give everything away and don't have nothing left for me. So it's like I really just put my own self in a hole.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You're
And I
absolutely
and
right
I don't
about
end
that.
up being mad. I don't even keep saying, oh, well, they did this, and if I wouldn't have did that for them, I have to blame my own self. I'll be like, you did that. That was your fuck up. You did that. And I laugh about it and I'll be like, you know what you need to do. That's why I was like, when you know, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I say you got to know when to fold them. You got to know when to fold
Yes.
them, and you got to know when to hold them.
Yep.
Because people will take advantage of that. People will take advantage of that,
Yes.
and it
And
and it's sad.
now,
It's sad to say, but it
yeah.
happens.
I'm like, my credit score just went up 30 more points. I'm looking
Okay.
for a makeup suite. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like
I see it.
I'm getting me a new car in a couple of months. People were saying, oh, why she still driving this car? I'm in a Nissan Altima that's paid for. I made $90,000 driving Uber in that car.
Right.
So, and guess what? When I go get my new car, I'm still going to be driving that car, making money in that car. That was the least expensive car that I've had. My first
Right.
car was a BMW. My second car was a BMW. My third car was a BMW. My fourth car was a Benz truck, and my fifth car was a Cadillac. I got the Nissan Altima, and that's the most money that I made. People on their jobs, I was hearing everybody around me saying, "Oh, I make 100K. I make 100K." This and that. I was like, I want to make 100K too, but I didn't have a traditional 9 to 5. I was driving
Yeah.
Uber, And people was like, you too pretty to be doing this. You shouldn't be driving this. So why you in that car, whatever? And they don't even. I made 90,000 driving.
But see, that's what I'm saying. That stereotypical shit, that's ridiculous because there's no such thing as you're too pretty to be doing anything.
Exactly.
If you're making, see, here's the difference. People talking about they make $100,000 a year doing this, but you're doing something you dread getting up doing every morning because you're doing it for
Yep.
somebody else. You
Yep.
working a 9 to 5 where you have to be presentable from this time to this time. You're making somebody else rich. But
Right.
on the other hand, you did 90 on your own time, doing it your way, and you it's flexible.
Getting
That's
up
the
every day
difference,
at 5 o'clock
right?
because I wanted to.
In making $200-300 a day, and
Yep.
the average person don't make that a day on their job.
They don't.
The average person not making $300 a day on their job. You can make $300
No.
a day doing Uber, driving Uber easily.
Yeah.
You know,
But it's a little more time consuming than it used to be. Before the
yes, I
pandemic
agree.
hit, my
Right,
goal was $300 a day. And then after I made it, I was still out there and I wasn't tired yet. I was like, okay, let me see if I can make four. I made the four. Then I had made 460. I said, okay, let me see if I can make five. I made the five. It was like my adrenaline was up. I was like, oh, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I
right.
went past the five. I made 650. I said, fuck it. Let me see if I can do seven. I made look. I made 700. I would get up 5 o'clock in the morning. I drive to 9 a.m. I would come back home and eat breakfast. I didn't never spend the money out in the street. Then I would go
Right.
back out, drive to lunchtime, come back home at 1 o'clock, eat lunch, then go back out. By 5 o'clock, I had made $700 that day, and I was still done by 5 p.m.
Now tell me one individual that that's not a doctor nor a lawyer that's making $700 a day
Right.
on a
And I
nine to
still
five.
and I still had the rest of my day. So when people be talking, what you doing? Hey, like, guys trying to, you still driving? Yes. And unless you finna pay me the amount that what my goal is today, I'm not turning it off.
I don't blame
Because
you.
I'm finna go sit pretty and be in your face because you decided I was your the pick of the day. That you want to see me today. So now you cutting short my plan. And that's why I said I used to be a people pleaser. Oh, let me go do this. Let me go. I got to do this for them. I got to pick the kids up. I got to cook dinner. I got to do this, telling everybody yes or whatever. And I wasn't making any progress in it. I've never been a lazy person. I started working at 14 years old. But
Right.
it was like I was working for everybody but me. Now I'm working for me.
Hey, my hat goes off to you.
Thank you.
You have to do that. You have to do it
Yes,
because if you don't, who will?
exactly.
If you don't, who will? I got a question for you.
Okay.
Self care practices. What are some self care practices that individuals can incorporate into their daily lives to improve their well being?
Exercise.
Okay.
Take taking personal time for yourself just to be still. Like even from your kids.
Right.
Like even if it's just an hour, like not doing nothing. Don't be on social media, not looking at TV. Just be still with your spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like just be still. Don't do
Right.
anything. All the distractions, turn them off. If you got to put your phone on do not disturb or turn it completely off for that hour, do that. Uh,
Hobbies. Hobbies.
Absolutely hobbies. Yes.
Hobbies is that's another I think hobbies is a good practice. Um like you say, relaxation techniques.
Right.
Just relax your mind.
Right.
You know. Let me see what
For me,
else.
it's hot baths. It's hot baths for me. Like
That
you
relieves a
could
lot of
say,
stress.
look, you could say somebody passed away. I was in a car accident. Uh, I done got into it with my kid. My relationship falling apart or whatever. Baby, give me some fruit, a glass of wine, and a hot bath. I'm on cloud 50. It's
I
just like,
swear.
okay,
That definitely will recharge you. That'll
yes,
recharge you for sure. You know,
yes,
that self care and that hot bath, that'll do it.
absolutely.
That'll do it. Yeah.
and good food. Good food. I'm a foodie.
Right, right.
Everybody used to be like, "Girl, you a skinny girl trapped in a fat girl body." Because I used to go to sleep eating oatmeal cream pie.
You
It
know
was
what?
just, I
I'm gonna
food
tell
makes me
you.
happy.
I'm gonna tell you something about them snacks. Now, I'm a them snacks are motherfucker. I promise you, man.
No.
Listen, when I go to the store,
Mm-hmm.
I make sure I get me a couple boxes of Devil Squares. And these not sponsors. These not sponsors. Devil Square. Hey, if you guys
Okay.
need a sponsor, y'all guys want a sponsor, or we need y'all to be a sponsor. I love y'all Devil Squares. I eat them
Um,
motherfuckers up. You hear me?
now what is it? I'm gonna have to try it out. What is it?
It's a square cake. It's a square like a
Okay.
chocolate cake with the vanilla cream, like a
Oh.
vanilla
Oh.
cream in the middle. Oh my
Okay.
god! I eat my day. I didn't ate my hand off one day. I was eating the motherfucker so fast. It's like two. You get two in the pack.
Okay.
It's a devil square. Oh my god! Made Little Debbie's. Little Debbie. I don't
Okay.
know who Little Debbie is, but whoever she is or who, I need some. Send me some of those devil squares. I promise you.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm gonna tell you another one. Um, them damn fruit snacks. Oh my god!
Yes.
Don't fuck with my fruit snacks. I don't care what you do. Do not mess with my fruit snack. Have you tried the burst?
I don't know what kind of burst.
The fruit snack is called burst.
I haven't. I had gushers, but I haven't had burst.
Gushes is stuff that shoot out in your mouth, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this it's like that's what burst is. It's the same thing.
Okay.
It's like when you
Okay.
bite into it, the cream and
Yeah.
the juice. Oh my God, Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Oh, I've
I
got snacks. I have a snack drawer and I have a bin for all the chips and stuff. When all the kids come over here, like I don't babysit, I don't watch kids. I've been watching kids my whole life, so they know I ain't gonna be the babysitter. But I'm the auntie, the cousin. We gonna go somewhere. I'm gonna take you somewhere. We gonna get pizza. You gonna get all the snacks. When they come over, they be like, "Where the snacks at?" Or they go straight to the drawer. They already know where they at.
I swear, I can sit there and eat. I think fruit snacks come. I think it's like 36 or 42 in the box,
Okay, yeah, that's
something
that
like that.
value size box.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I eat a whole box in one setting.
Oh my goodness, that's a
I
lot.
Man, I love me some fruit snacks. But see, I gotta cut back on that. I gotta cut.
Uh-huh.
I'm not exercising like I used to. I'm not in the gym no more like I used to.
Okay.
So I gotta cut back. But yeah, I'm a snack. I know what you mean when it comes down to those snacks. I know
I
exactly
really
what you
like
mean.
cake. Look, so I'm putting this out here. If anybody can make pound cakes, let me know. I need a pound cake.
Y'all heard him. Oh, you know what? I got somebody for you.
Okay.
I swear I do. I got somebody for you. I'm gonna put you in tune with them.
Okay.
Banana pudding. You eat banana pudding?
Yeah, I make banana pudding. I make cheesecake. I want somebody to make me some pound cakes. I'm gonna pay.
Listen, I got somebody
I ain't
for
trying
you.
to
I
get it free.
promise you. I got somebody for you. Don't even trip. I got you, and I
Okay.
promise you, off the chain. You hear me?
You
Off the
you do
chain.
know this cake just gonna be for me though. So
Oh no! Oh no! I gotta get some.
well, I'm gonna have to get two because I need my own cake.
Yeah, but I'm gonna put you in contact with somebody. Um,
Okay.
yeah, she throws down because
Hmm.
somebody that I work with, man, she used to bring like banana puddings and cakes and soul
Okay.
foods. Oh
Hmm.
my God, her food is off the chain. So
That's just
I
like
got
my
some.
daughter.
Yeah,
For the prom, I got to make two big pans of turkey masticholi. Everybody, they already know that's my thing to make.
okay. Well, she do catering too. So if y'all
Okay.
trying to get the thing catered, I can, like I said, I can put the information. I can shoot you over the information. That's not a problem.
We already got the menu.
Oh, okay.
No,
It's
my
already taken
family,
care of.
my
Okay.
family cooks good. So Kira
Okay.
done already. called everybody in the family, like, like even like when we have different funerals, repasts, all that stuff. Everybody be like, who did the food or who did this? So everything was good, and they just want to pack up place to go. I remember for
Right.
my oldest daughter, Caleb prom sent off. I got a salsa with what was left, and I spent over $600 on food that we
That's
cooked and
crazy.
chips and stuff that I bought and cakes and stuff like that. And all I got was a round little salsa
That's why you got to
full
get
of food.
yours up front and put it to the side.
Exactly. I
'Cause
didn't
right,
do that.
if you don't get it up front, you can forget
Exactly. I didn't do that.
it. uh,
I was
okay,
like,
well,
damn it, I done spent all this money and paid for all this stuff, and I can't even get one plate of food.
right, right. Yeah, it's unbelievable. But before I sign out, before we sign out today, I wanna send a my condolences to the Williams family. Um, Chicago, we have to do better. We have to stop the senseless killing. You know, it's
Yes.
it's it's getting out of hand. You know, so I want to send a heartfelt condolences to the Williams family. I'm sorry for your loss. I know this is a hard time for you guys right now, but if there's anything that I can do, or if there's anything that I can assist you guys with, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know what it is that I can do. Um, Deanna, this young man just got shot last night. He was like he's like family. My
Okay.
son's is my son's cousin, so he's
Okay.
like he's like my nephew to me.
Right.
And last night he got shot 4 times in the chest.
Oh my goodness.
And
And it's so sad to hear. And
yeah, yeah, it's
that's
crazy
why I was like,
because
unfortunately, with this stuff happening, and you know, it's almost become like a norm. And it's like, so when we go back to like these celebrations, it's like maybe that's
right,
one of the reasons that they do it so big, because you just don't know.
yeah, and the crazy part about it is I had just talked to him yesterday,
Wow.
and we talked about because he's starting a podcast, and he took one of my studio spaces in the building, and
Wow.
he called me yesterday and said, yeah, I spoke with Comcast, and
Hmm.
they're gonna come run the lines, for the internet. And this was just
Yeah.
yesterday. I get a call at
Wow.
6 o'clock this morning, tell me he been killed. And it's sad that, but I think the good part about this whole ordeal is they know who done it.
Okay.
Um, I don't want to say too much because I
Yeah.
know it's an ongoing investigation still going on. So I don't really
Okay.
want to say too much about
Right.
it. But yeah, but it's we have to do better. We got to do better as a people, because it's senseless.
Right.
For it to
Right.
be something as simple as over a female is ridiculous.
It
You know,
is.
and here's the kicker. This happened last night, and today is birthday.
Oh my goodness.
So imagine what the family is dealing with. Imagine what the family
Right.
is going through.
Right.
So on behalf of Situation the Podcast, I just want to send a heartfelt condolences to the Williams family.
Yeah. My condolences to you all as well. And
Right,
it's so that's what I'm saying. So every year around his birthday, they're gonna think about his death too. It's
right. It's
it's a
like,
forever grievance thing.
yeah, how tough is that? You know what I mean?
Right.
You it's like you damn near born and died on the same day.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's tough.
It is.
That's tough. You know what I'm saying? So it's unbelievable. It's crazy, absolutely nuts. But yeah.
And
But
it is. It's sad to keep hearing it.
and this is going on every day. Every day is
Right.
happening. Every day. Okay, Deanna, tell the people where they can find you at.
You guys can reach me on Facebook, Deanna Chester. I'm on Instagram under Miss Deanna. That's MSTHIANA. And my glam page, Elite Glamour Girls. I'm gonna be doing some renovations, and I'll keep you guys posted when I get the websites up.
Right. Okay, you guys know you can contact me at Situations the Podcast on Instagram. You can also find me at Royal Divas Mag on Instagram as well. Any last words? Any words of encouragement you want to give before we close out?
I mean, well, I just say we still can learn something from this young man. Like you was just on the phone with him yesterday, and he was excited to start the podcast. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
even in his
right,
last day, he was doing something that he loved and that inspired him. Like that's inspiration. You know what I'm saying? And we are all here on borrowed time.
right.
So if there's something that you want to go for, something you want to accomplish for yourself, start today.
Absolutely. And just like that, y'all. I'm gonna close with that. I don't even have any words today. I mean, I do, but it's so much that needs to be said, and I just don't feel I have enough time to say it all. So until next week, y'all make sure you stay tuned. Don't hold the line, okay?
Okay.
Uh, okay, y'all. There you have it. Another one down. We look forward to seeing you guys next week. Once again, I'm Kelvin, your host of Situation the Podcast. Until then,
All right.
see you guys next week.
See you next week.